Good morning. Good morning. Yay. Good to see you all. I see Jean there too. We've got a recovery team here surrounding both Jean and I. Good to see you all. It's an amazingly nice morning. Feels super pleasant. I'm so happy to be alive. I thought I'd start there. I feel really excited to be alive. Yeah. Not Greg can't.
No, we can hear you, Di.
Okay, other people can hear me. So Greg, you maybe have a little, computer thing.
He's not on audio. He's not on audio. That's why.
You're not on audio.
He's not reading. Okay.
You're not on audio. You're not missing anything, Greg. Really, is the other, except for Margie's butter salted. What are they called? Brown butter cookies. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot there. Thank you so much, Margie. I also have, I think, something in my pot. There it is. And the first thing I said is the first thing that's true, which is happy to be here, happy to be alive, happy to be sitting among friends, happy to be here in a space, in a place that holds peace and that is committed to peace, as we are. And that this is the Bardo of healing. We're going to be talking about that today. The Bardo of healing. And so here's one of the mistakes I think we so quickly make, and it's been, I never know what to say when people say, you're doing so well. You are doing so well. And I kind of go, and the answer is yes, this body is doing well. This body is alive, it's balanced, it's in no pain. And that's very real in a relative sense. And so should not be dismissed, right? It's a real thing. And it has real consequences. And the goodness of this body has allowed me to love in a way that is very important to me. So you have gotten a thank you from me because I could. You might not have gotten a thank you from me because there will be a time, won't there? There will be a day, there will be a circumstance where there's not enough energy to express gratitude. But we never want to mistake that then, do we? For gratitude not being alive. And so you're doing so well is in fact a direct result, and no less than all of you. A direct result. Because there are moments, aren't there, where I go, I don't know how that, maybe not. I fainted within the first few hours, and it took them quite a while to work that out with me. And I ended up staying an extra day in the hospital. I'm not saying this in any way with wishes for sympathy but just the ever-changing reality, right? When everything goes well, there's difficulty. When everything's perfect, it's challenge, right? It's just always all true. And I think we have a little bit of a tendency, don't we, to like to lean where we're comfortable. Then, like she's just doing great. My youngest son, I have to tell you, terrified, and actually called me, and we did a little interview before he came up, which is, so are you hurting? No. Are you okay? Yes. Well, you sound like yourself. Are you like yourself? Well, Tanner, not ever, really. And yes, you'll recognize me when you see me. Can you brush your teeth? Do you have clothes on? Right? What do you suppose that was about? And it was a strong inventory. It went on for moments. I'm going to go with about 12. What was it about? You have to be okay for me to be okay. Now, by the way, I don't have any judgment about that because I agree with him. Don't you? You have to be okay for me to be okay. And if you're not okay, there's no way I could be okay. Now, he's taken that to a certain other level based on age, stage, development, but it's also appropriate, right? And then he walked in the door finally and said, "Oh my God, you look just like you. You're acting just like you. You're a big mouth just like you. This is incredible," right? And it's not exactly accurate either, is it? It's a little bit of a ruse. Now, I've had this dress on before. It's true. This shawl is about, what, 15 years old? It's always wrinkled, folks. It will never get better. This is the way it always is, no matter what I do, right? And yet, what he couldn't see, probably, and won't be able to see yet, that I hope you will be able to see, is that ultimately there is also a transformation here. I am wholly different. In what ways might you imagine? Hair's kind of looking the same, though not true. Same shawl, same dress, same laugh, periodly. So what can't be the same at all? Every breath, everything that's here, every sound, but also everything that's here is not the same. I am ultimately wholly transformed, probably by some things I didn't expect, because I knew that there would be an ultimate transformation. Otherwise, you wouldn't go through a procedure, would you? If you didn't hope for, encourage, and want to consider change, you wouldn't have undertaken such a procedure. And then, but that part's been the least surprising, right? You go, well, you hope you walk better and then you can bend better. And all of those things are happening and they're amazing. My first surprise was I was in no pain. And I've had no pain since I woke up. And this is striking to me and a little confusing. And even so confusing that I said, did they overshoot me with something? Is there a problem? Like, because the anesthesiologist who I love, Dr. Cohn, and I love this guy, he said, "You remind me of my mom. I'm going to give you extra."
That's coding.
You remind me of my mom. I'm going to give you extra. And I was like, way to go. Like, what? And the assistant who was standing there was like this. And he said, "No, I'm going to do it because this, I can see something on this side." And of course, he's using his skill. He's being pleasant about it. I see something on this side. This is going to be extra here. You've got some stuff, and I can get in there, so I'm gonna. And I was like, "You go for it." And so I was pretty sure it was that. I was pretty sure he shot me in a way that I may never feel my hips again. Come on up. Come on up. Nope, we're not going. Nope, you can rest there. But the transformation isn't anything about the body and includes the body. It is about a couple things that I think are worthy of speaking to. One is this idea of non-self, the reality of non-self. Come on up. I don't want to have to lift you, but I will. Come on. Thank you. Good job. Thank you. The idea of non-self, which of course we always understand as not just me, right? The interconnectedness of all things. But really, until you're really in a position, as many of you have been, this is nothing about my story, until you're really all the way down, until you really can't get up by yourself, you don't really understand what that means. And you can't. And so you like the idea still, don't you, for the possibilities of it? But you can't really know this complete dependence that is ultimately all of ours, isn't it? It's every one of us. Because it wouldn't take too much. And so the fainting was a little extra reminder because I was feeling pretty sassy. I got all the way down the hall, I turned the corner, I went down the other way. Of course, the physical therapists are like, "This is amazing, you're doing great." And I'm like, "I know, this is what I do." And I sat right on the toilet and I left. And I left for a while. And somehow a whole group of people, because you can't get into the toilet area, it's very challenging to get someone out of there. Jim knows. Once you're in, you can't get out. And so they had to go get some guy. They're now calling him Superman, by the way. And so Superman came and he ripped off his jacket. I was out. I don't remember any of this. And this guy single-handedly picked me up and got me across this room to this to the bed. I didn't wake up still. That's how out I really was. And I woke up and just saw a bunch of people standing over me like this, going, "Party? What? What are we?" And they're going to call him Superman from now on, because the truth was the other 9 nurses weren't going to be able to do it, and so they were also where I was, weren't they? It wasn't just me. It was then them, and then it was then him, and by the way, and then his need for them, which I watched. He really needed to say, but I couldn't have done that without you, and you doing those things, right? And it looked like me because I've got the strongest arms, but not really, because if not you, and you, I couldn't have navigated this. And then so the whole rest of the time I was there, I just kept seeing that Indra's net reality. Without you, this couldn't have happened. And I want you to remember that in 2 ways. What would they be? Both you as the one who will have the need, and it is certain, isn't it? It is certain that you will. There is no way to imagine, if only I ate enough some things, I could stay autonomous or independent. It's a clear myth, isn't it, of our culture. And I don't appreciate it much. I've always had some resistance to it, and now I have even more. Because there is no warrior without all those infinite other factors, is there? There is no hero alone. It's not ever true. And there is no recovery, is there? There's no such thing. And I don't care what happens with the hips. There's no recovery without you. And so then what? Infinite, undying gratitude and a sense of connectedness. Whether, by the way, you were here or you weren't here, I knew. I knew. Right. My brother also, and a lot of you don't know this if you weren't around at that time. That was way back in 2011 now. Still kind of blows my mind. And my brother was dying, and I think we just started to come to the idea of his dying in the summer before he died. And when I recognized that this was probably happening, I wrote to the Sangha then and said, the rug is fraying. The rug is starting to fray at its edge. I'm not going to be able to hold this by myself because I had a family in denial and lifting weights with them. And, I can't do this alone. And Sangha committed to just holding my brother in their hearts, in their thoughts. And one day I'm talking with my brother, who, by the way, is not just an atheist. I would say it's it may be suspicious or paranoid that there's any good anywhere. More like that, from the pains that he has experienced. And he said, I said, just know that there's a whole bunch of people calling your name. And he said, I know. I can feel that. And I'm so grateful because he died with that and then in that. And I think that's a part of why he could let go, by the way, because I think he could actually feel that. And so that's the point of our practice, isn't it really? It's this everyday stuff. It's the fill a belly when it's hard and when their board doesn't make any sense and they say stupid things because they're not all that talented yet, and we're going to help them because we're going to be skillful and we're going to be kind and we're going to be collaborative in a way that's going to transform everything, right? Just like all that you have done has ultimately transformed this And then we have to look, because we all believe this really. We're nodding with, like I get this Bardo of becoming this every moment new, right? And in spring, we particularly love it, don't we? We go, oh, the new is so inviting, it's so encouraging, it's so hopeful. It comes out of a quietude that, right, into sounds and smells and colors and sights, and they're all beautiful. Uh, and it's always happening. And we, unfortunately, I think we're still young enough, um, undeveloped enough to need things like spring to go bing, wake up here. And I think we need things like illness and aging and death as a part of our platform, part of our practice, because we don't yet understand this idea of everything always in its continuation, right? And I didn't understand it enough myself that I was going into the surgery, because you have to be prepared for everything. Going into the surgery, going, it may go well, it may not go well, right? Still the right thing. I still felt a lot of confidence in its right action. And I looked around and I thought, what would be different if I didn't wake up? What would be, right? And someone wrote me and said, if you get called, promise me you won't go, which I thought was such a sweet thing. If you, by the way, I don't know what, but if you get the call to go, don't do it. Don't do it yet. It's not time. It's not right. Uh-huh. Go away. Move the other direction. First of all, it was just dramatically sweet. And second of all, I knew exactly uh, what that person was saying. And I said, in its right order, right? I can actually surrender to in its right order. Because not only is living of benefit, the idea of also dying can be of benefit. Because then what? You know this for yourself with those you have loved who have died. You have to take that in and on. You become, don't you, that piece? Because now you must, don't you? There's no more railing. There's no more hand to hold. There's no more teacher. You become, you integrate all of that. And so there could be a peacefulness about that for me, which is okay. If that's the right time, then so be it. Right? Then it is actually right timing. And it still might be, right? Because there's any infinite ongoing other things that keep happening. And so this is, I want to just say a few things about it from the Buddha's point of view. The Buddha says all conditioned things arising and passing, living, dying, birthing, and deathing every moment. And we've all heard this before, don't we? And then we spend all the rest of our time fighting with it, don't we? I was just getting coffee, my tea. In fact, I'm going to drink some because I'm uh, underhydrated consistently. It's an ongoing practice. And someone had moved the tea from the place it normally is so that I can easily make it. And I was getting myself ready this morning. And so I'm like, I don't want to have to start looking for this tea. And I could feel my kind of like, where's the tea? Who put it away? Why'd they put it away? I asked people to leave it there. And I thought, this is hilarious. I'm ready to die on the one hand, and I can't tolerate the fact that the English breakfast tea got moved. This is pretty amazing. And it's all true, isn't it? It's all true. And now that I can recognize it, going, this is a little bit funny that now you've got any kind of grip around the tea. Um, and it wasn't really the grip around the tea, it was the grip around my very deep desire to be here. And then not to have anything in its way, right? But recognizing that also, and its consequence, right? Because had Al been standing next to me, that could have happened to him very easily, which is, where did you put the tea, in a way that actually I don't want to be or do. right? And so we have to be watchful, don't we, then, of all of our primary resistance to these realities, all of it, because it has consequence, it's costly, and it begins with you, the peace in your own heart mind, which will be the last thing I'll say before we practice, which is in a world where it can look like there is no peace, we are compelled, aren't we now, to be it. And that means in every moment, and including the English breakfast tea ones, that we have to then wake up more, pay attention more, restrain more, renounce more, that it is required of us, right? And that in this beautiful spring when everything is blooming and bursting, to say that feels like, oh, that's so inconsistent. And it isn't. It means you can breathe it all in, but then you have to breathe it all out, don't you? You have to breathe it all out. You have to be that goodness, that greenness, that freshness, that positive energy that you're making contact with today on this very beautiful spring equinox day. But not forget that it also passes, right? And then I don't know how many things I've read. I'm a Substack reader, so I get, I don't know, 20 different authors all saying, isn't it horrible? Isn't it horrible? Well, you can say that because it is true, but then it's not enough either, is it? You have to go, and then, what am I committing to? Right? So I'm really tired already of isn't it horrible, isn't it horrible? It's like, it's horrible enough that what are you choosing? Rather than just naming it horrible. How are you going to be peace? How are you going to contribute? How are you going to live, act, speak, think differently? Because it's so horrible isn't enough. And are you hearing it a lot? You're hearing it everywhere, every day, right? It's not sufficient. It's so easy to, isn't it, for all of us? It's so easy. This is horrible. This is terrible. Well, this is true. We are all a part of the creation, also, of what is also good and peaceful, and also what is aggressive and hateful. And so I think our practice is right here in front of us in a pretty big way, isn't it? I'm going to let Jessica come up because I think she was going to take. Did you want to try to grab some from here? Jessica's taking photos for our new website. And speaking of websites, just to shift for a second, we're, I think, going to now be encinitas.com. I think we're going to have to, encinitasmindfulness.com. We've lost the org in cyber somewhere. Mm-hmm. Cannot be found. I got to level 3 with GoDaddy. By the way, great guys. Love the guys. Like them way better than Microsoft guys. They're really helpful. They worked hard. They went, it's in there, and we can only get it through this one path. And it's our problem because we've only constructed that, called the old email. And the old email is gone. So there is no resurrecting. The good news is that no one else will get unsanitasmindfulness.org ever either. It's just gone. You want to get little man? There he is. You're my assistant. You're my assistant. Thank you. Jessica and her husband have been working on this. It's so exciting. I'm going to just check to make sure I said everything I thought was important. And so are we strong enough? Are we practiced enough to let go of this identity of whatever it is we think we're supposed to be? Right? Whether that's well or strong or capable or right. Right? Are we strong enough? It takes something to let that idea of the self dissolve over and over again. By the way, it's already happening says everything from physics to um, uh, the teachings. It's already happening. Wouldn't it be useful then to be able to join it so that you could participate in the maybe what we could say is a certain ever-present new birth? And the answer from the point of view of the Buddha and the Bardos is no, not if you're resisting the dissolution. Do you get what I'm saying? No, you cannot enjoy the new, the fresh, the fully awakened, the aliveness of this moment unless you completely let go of the last one. Do you see what that, how the requirement for that? Because you cannot then, this whole idea, don't we, which we love, of fully arriving, we love the idea. But we don't love the idea of fully dying to get there, do we? We hang on to, right? And then a part of our practice, and a part of what I think is so fun about the practice, is finding all these little thread moments where just one more little hook, like that tea should have been anywhere that I thought it should have been, is then just humorous. And then you can learn to laugh at it. That I thought the partner was supposed to be anything like I wanted them to be is a ridiculous joke. Right? Yes.
I had an interesting situation yesterday. I've been sitting here going, should I say bring it up or not? But I was at dinner with some friends, two girlfriends, and we were talking about what was going on in the world. And she looked at me, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but she was talking about Israel and Netanyahu, and she said, "Well, this is your homeland," and just because I'm Jewish, and I looked at her and I said, "I've never even been to Israel."
Right.
You know?
Right.
And she said, "Well, your kids went for free," and I'm like, "And?"
Yeah.
And it was so accusatory. I kind of lost it.
Yeah. The reaction would be
so hard to maintain and sort of explain how. I don't know, like accusatory it was that I was partly to blame for what was going on.
Well, these are like your people, so you're bad too.
Yes.
Was how you at least experienced that.
Yes.
And isn't it easy to solidify us and them then?
Yeah, it was
The accuser and the accused. We can go right there, right? And in fact, her fear, right? Her, I don't know what to do. I want to blame somebody, because we all do. We all do. And by the way, we have some really handy people to blame. Don't we? It's very easy to dart throw. Hanging fruit, low hanging fruit, as Pete just said, and boy, isn't it true. And by the way, it's not accurate. Except it's not accurate, right? Because what does it take? You're just looking at it there. We'll talk about it for a second in the politic. It doesn't take a person, because a person, we just said it, is not healing, and a person cannot be destroying. What does it take? A collective.
Whole political party.
An entire. Let's say all of them. Let's say it takes all of them. Let's say it takes all of us. Let's go to the hard truth. Let's go there. It takes all of us, is what it actually takes. And don't get yourself out of it. So your friend is right. She's just wrong, isn't she? And she's right. Because, well, any part that you play or I play or they play, or we all have to be examining. By the way, nobody can do that for you. Neither should they. And what it actually means is I'm not doing it then. If I'm going, if only you'd get better, if only you'd change, if only you weren't an idiot, then what does it do though? It takes the real reality where the real responsibility lives right off. Now I don't have to do anything. It's the beauty of complaint, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? It's gorgeous. You have to do nothing but make noise. And we've all done it. And I want you to watch it. Because I did it this morning over English breakfast tea.
I have a question.
Right? Do we get this? Yeah. And you see where we get powerless, more isolated, more alienated, more separated every time we do it, disconnected.
But I think superficially on the surface, it's very like ego elevating, because if you're blaming someone else, you're good, right? So I just feel like it's,
Except
you
nothing
can't have
happens.
one without
Nothing
nothing
happens.
Right,
happens.
what's the point?
Nothing
Yeah.
happens.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Nothing happens. And then you don't go to Philabelli when it's hard. You don't have the difficult meeting conversation. You don't go, we can together, we're going to change this. You don't say it. You go home and pout or watch too much TV or eat chocolate, I don't, whatever we're all doing, and propagate the suffering in it. And we can't, can we? We can't. Which is why we're going to keep um, doing all the things we're committed to doing in all of the ways we're committed to doing them, including our English breakfast tea moments, right? That's what our asshole jar is about. Not because it's true, because there's nothing solid in it either. And in fact, the moment it's recognized, it's already liberated. You are already changed. You are already the Buddha. The minute you go, what was I imagining someone was supposed to do for me or the tea right?
Can I say something?
Yes, Dean.
Good morning. And because chat doesn't work for me today, would you please thank all the beautiful beings for the support for me? I wanted to just write to Janine and it wouldn't go through,
Yes.
and then to everyone.
Mm.
And I wanted to, if I'll be quick, but boy, could I ditto almost everything you said, which amazes and delights me. I was so happy to come to the meeting this morning. I feel so alive. I put on my prettiest blouse
And
and
it is beautiful.
I was like, what? This is amazing.
It's amazing.
And I also want to speak to the non-self because, as you know, I moved away 3 years ago, and 2 years before that was COVID. People sent me gifts for my healing, people I've never met, people I haven't seen in 5 years. So it wasn't, I love Jean Rothman, the person, and I'm going to do something for her. And I think a part of me took it that way. But you talked about your brother. I felt that support. And let me tell you, honey, as you know, I have had pain until the last couple of days.
Yes.
And at the beginning, I had some asshole moments because I think I was taking so many opioids. I told my brother who came to take care of me to go home to California. And, so I've looked at what you're saying is hitting so true.
Yes.
And I couldn't have gotten through it without the Sangha. And it has nothing to do with me. I love that you're talking about the force of love.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with the personal me.
And you, we want to just not tip over. It includes you, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Say, and not be about you, because that's all true.
Yeah.
And it can be for you. It can be directed your way. It was very purposeful and intentioned by the community to do so. I heard a lot about their joy, by the way, Jean,
Oh, wow.
which you didn't get to hear, in the opportunity to do that.
Oh, it was amazing.
Someone who was not close, because there is a certain, I think, expectation in proximity. And
yeah, my friends here didn't do anything.
Exactly. It can really.
I told one of them, I said, my friends in California, and they were like, oh, maybe that's why you want to move there.
Yeah. And maybe you should.
Uh-huh.
That was selfish. That was just me being funny. And yes, I'd love to have you here. And yes, our community will be greater because you're here. And by the way, our community is greater every time it can reach out and care.
It was amazing.
It is. And it's for you, and it's for them, and it's for, and then we recognize that saying that we frequently miss, which is there's no separation between the gift, the giver, and the receiver.
Yeah.
And the blessings and the goodness of that are all around all the time. And it doesn't matter which moment you're playing. And sometimes you will be the receiver. And can we allow that? And sometimes you will be the gifter. And can we open to that? Because you are the one. You were the one. You saw the flower. You were the one who chose to offer it. This is important also. And this is the propagation of all goodness, all ease, all peace. And we're doing it all the time. And by the way, we're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
As a community, we are doing a very, very good job.
Amen.
I just spoke with one of my old friends from the Zen Center of San Diego, where Joko started in the 70s, the Ordinary Mind School, and then Ezra has passed it on to two lovely senior students. And I was able to speak with one of them saying, how are you all doing? How are you all doing? They are not well. Now this is a 40 plus year Sangha, and they are not well. And I actually know why. By the way, amazing practitioners.
But might that
That,
not be the dissolution or?
what do you suppose it is? It happens happening all the time. Because you can talk about it, you can sit on a cushion about it, but you have to be it.
We have to practice action.
You have to be it. It has to become actionable. It has to be real. It has to be lived. And all the conversation, and they were brilliant, by the way. These are a bunch of very, very smart people. Very, very concentrated, very, very still. And they went home, and then they came back and they did it again. It's not enough, is it? You know it isn't. And that's going to lead me to our second part after our practice, which is, what are you signing up for? What are you doing? What are you committing? Whether it's an hour, whether it's once a month for Philabelly, whether it's the St. Andrews drop-off, whether it's something else, by the way. Maybe it isn't anything to do with the things we're doing, though I believe you should be a part of the community as well. Because I know a lot of us are doing a whole bunch of other things, but what can you do? Well, maybe all you can do, because Jean's way over there in Ohio right now, is put $10 into the every other month St. Andrews Food Pantry. Maybe that's what she can do, and that's a contribution, right? So I know you're all doing all kinds of amazing things, but I want you to do something that's amazing within the community as well. And so we're going to keep talking about what those things are. Why? Because it must be lived within community. That's why. This is what family is, right? It takes care of itself, and then it, as a collective, takes care of others, right? That's what it does. And then that amazing, nourishing, infinite feedback loop is constructed. So we'll keep talking about that. And you will feel some pressure from me around that. Because I've gotten just recently a couple of statements going, I'm just not that kind of person. Yes, you are. I don't do groups well. Yes, you do. Because you have to. And so do I. And so we will. We will together.
I had a question.
Yes, Renee.
So we're talking about letting go and
Letting go. The dissolution.
the dissolution or the
Yes.
letting go of the
Having that as a requirement.
And it occurred to me, since everything is moment to moment, everything's changing moment to moment.
Yes.
That also means that we have to let go every moment.
That's right.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Because I used to think it was an end point, like becoming a Buddha or something. And now I've realized, oh no, it's a lot harder. Well, maybe not harder, but it's every moment.
It is.
Staying open to it,
That's
reminding
right.
yourself. That's
it.
some
A
practice.
Buddha must be born every moment, and a Buddha must die every moment.
That's some practice there.
What? What? I love the Buddha born thing. Don't you love that side of the story?
Yeah.
But a Buddha dies every moment. And that's the non-self. And we don't really always get what that means, does it? It means I can't hang on to anything as expected, demanded, preferred, the way I want it to be, the way I think life should be, the way I think the world should be, the way I think the president should be, the way I think the partner should be. It all, that's the truth of the non-self. It all must dissolve. Why? So that we can be fresh, new, and completely awake to whatever is arising right now. And that's the Buddha arising. And any shard you carry costs you, doesn't it? Every single one, as tiny or as large as they are, it costs you.
So I have one confusion in the 5 remembrances. The last one is the actions are all you have to stand on.
That's right.
I have to let those dissolve.
You don't take
every
those
moment.
actions for that purpose, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's a statement of fact.
Yes.
Which
okay.
is all that will be propagated will continue.
Mm-hmm.
Is really
Okay.
another way to
That's
think
a better
about
way
that.
To think about it.
All that has been propagated will continue. By the way, that's the good news and the bad news.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Isn't it? It isn't. We love the idea of the good propagating something that then is legacy or continues or has momentum or energies. Right? We could use all of those words, but it is also the contracted. It is also the difficult. It is all of it. We are heir to it all. The good news and the bad news. I have an investment personally in trying to contribute more to the benefit. It doesn't mean I do either. It means I just keep trying. And then I keep seeing it and then I keep doing it. Like, that's not going to be helpful. This isn't going to propagate what I ultimately want. So I'll end with this. So I'm going to finish my Tanner story because it's so perfect with what Lynn just said. And so Tanner said, "Oh, everything's okay because you're good." And I said, "For now. And there will be a day because I have to help him, don't I? It's my job. There will be a day I won't be good. And you'll be okay." And he went, there's a Tanner face. I can't do it as well. But if you know Tanner, it goes. And by the way, it's all okay, isn't it? Including that face. Because we're all making that face, aren't we? That's not a Tanner face. That's the human face. I don't want that. I don't want that now. I don't want that ever. And by the way, what? The truth be told. And told in a way that you can, right, at least hold it a little today. There will be a day. Now, what I didn't say is there will also be a day that you're not here. Because that one wasn't going to be helpful and it wouldn't have made any sense to him at all. Right? But isn't it true? There's a day. And by the way, from the Buddhist point of view, it's today. That day's today. You die today. You let go of all those things from yesterday today. And then you just keep doing it, and then you just keep doing it. And here's the good news. What you see from it is an infinite amount of liberation, freedom, and ease. Because then there's nothing to hold up. People have been asking me, as I'm going to get our bell, we're going to get ready. People have been asking me, has it been hard doing nothing? I'm going to tell you how not hard it's been. Not hard. Not hard at all. Because actually, what is there to be? Nothing. Except awake, alive, and then to the extent that I can, loving and grateful, which is not any work at all. Right, that's it.
I have to get a belt photo, sorry.
Yes.
I'm thinking
We're going to get ready to sit, and I want you to all see the possibilities in that. What if you didn't place demand?
I can take little man.
Thank you, Robin. I'm going to hand him.
Except for we've got
He wants to do a little moving. I don't blame him. It's a gorgeous day. I'd want to be moving in it also.
I love that Tanner came to you. My granddaughter visited me the day after surgery. I couldn't figure out why. Now I understand.
Very
She
important.
didn't articulate it the way Tanner did. She just showed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all good. But needing to check, needing to touch. Everything's all right, right? And it took Tanner a week and a half to do that, by the way, because I think he was too scared originally to experience me in what would feel too weak or too dependent or too, or not myself from what he knows. Uh,
And this is a girl that wants to be a physician and is studying to be a surgeon.
Good for her.
The day
How
after.
lovely.
It's like, I'm fine.
Yeah, how beautiful. Thank you. Jessica, would you like to get some photos of anybody else before we sit or during our sitting?
I think I might do during.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. I didn't set a practice because I wanted to let that be a little more organic. So we're going to sit. And of course, we're going to incorporate all the things we just talked about. Let me back this up a little. So being prepared to sit. And then what is the posture of becoming? What's the posture of arriving, of fully awakening? So you want to architect that a little bit. What does the body invite when we talk about this arriving just here to the present moment? And I can feel a natural sort of uplift in me in response to that investigation and a little opening, a little widening of the body just to fully receive it, to breathe it in. Buddha born every breath. Taking a moment to feel the truth of that. And you'll begin to sense that what's required is that you don't bring anything with you to the arrival. That you're empty of preference, of expectation, of thinking, of self-holding. You can't even hang on to you. You've got to let it go. And that's that widening, opening space creating. And see if you don't then notice that each sound each waft of cool morning breeze can simply be fully experienced with that same non-grasping, non-clinging, becomes more precious, more beautiful. In the non-movement, not rejecting or grabbing, you become yourself the field of awareness. And as we listen to the sounds arise and pass, the breath appear and disappear, sensations and thoughts, we begin to get the sense that there is the undying. And that field of awareness itself is ever present, not coming or going. And now we're going to make a very important distinction. It may or may not be possible for you yet, depending on your development in the practice. But I said something that I'm going to add to, which is the Buddha born every moment, fresh, new, awake. And I also said the Buddha dies every moment into the outbreath, letting go of all that is here to be able to receive. And that's in a relative truth. There can be no name Buddha called twice that is the same. There's only the Buddha of now. And so from that relative reality, we make contact with the appearances of both us and the world now, and we also let it go. But there is an undying Buddha that is no longer you or me alone and is not separate either from you and me. It is this field of awareness, consciousness, abiding, love. And it holds all the Buddhas. If we are born into the moment with non-clinging, there is nothing to let go of. And we just become that ever-flowing river moving into the vast ocean of awareness itself. Nothing to cling to, nothing to let go of. And then you might notice the places where you naturally get a little hooked. This idea of the body as me. Or of this thought as mine. And then you notice we can begin to relax. And we smile the smile of the ever-present Buddha. And we rejoice and are glad for this precious human life. In its birthing, in its living, in its aging, in its illness, in its death and beyond. And then this very heart mind, this very infinite space, this vastness without limit, no longer claimed as I, me, or mine, is filled with the energy of loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, and empathetic joy, which is then easily distributed as needed. May all beings have happiness and the causes for happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. If you know someone in particular distress, call them to mind. May we be truly grateful for all of our infinite resources and blessings. And may we not only wish them for others, may we be active contributors that they too may be happy, free from suffering, and have enough. May we rest in this vast open space, these infinite arms of all the awakened ones, unmoved by greed, by hatred and delusion. Then no birth, no death. Simply Buddha be. Thank you all. Other thoughts, comments? We're all in recovery.
Spirit of love.
All being healed. Anything else about it? We have a few more things to talk about, but I want to create a little space for this. I know that we deeply know this. And I know we forget as well.
I like the word energy, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's a word. And so that's not, can't be true because it's just a word, but it's this emptiness that I've really found fascinating. And I love the term emptiness of the ego. that energy is there, whatever it is. Call it sky or what have you.
Right.
I need to contemplate that to make sense of all of this
Yes.
death and living and Buddha. So I'm trying to be less focused on the word and the image there.
That's right. The word is not sufficient. Depending on the tradition, of course, there's the relative and the absolute of this. And so even in the Buddhist tradition, it says to call the name of the Buddha is to be it. Because you have to know something about what you're calling. And it is beyond the word, of course, right? But to call the name of the Buddha, and it's in many spiritual traditions, isn't it? It's in no way limited. Because to even call out to it means you have some sense of its expanse or of its omniscience or of its whatever it is that you can make some kind of contact with. You already know something. And without the direct felt sense, in some ongoing way, the word itself is completely insufficient then, right? If you're just saying a word, means nothing if you don't make contact in some much more real way, both within you, right? That which is you, which is what I spoke to, and then that which is all around you and beyond you. And they're both also true.
Isn't that a form of grasping? Is trying to name it, give it a name, or
Yeah.
word.
Yeah. Or the idea of knowing it, even, or mid-phase students to spend a lot of time trying to get past to know something. And the more you look to know, the less you're likely. This is all the complexities of life, and we don't want to make it messier than it already is. Sit where you can sit. Open where you can open. This is good enough for me.
I think that's the problem with the word death. When you said before the meditation and the Buddha dies every moment, a part of me said no. And I guess that's the relative and the absolute. And, we talk about death like it's this terrible, awful, no good, very bad thing. And of course, I wish Daniel hadn't died, but now I know that you don't die.
Right.
Like death is not that bad, people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I
it
don't.
isn't what we think it is,
Yeah.
Jean. Let's start there.
Okay.
It isn't
Yeah.
any of what we imagine it really is, which is the end of something, the
Yeah.
termination, the more we understand this idea of continuation and what continues. We've been talking about that a little bit here.
It's like what Jim said. I think that was Jim talking about emptiness.
Yes.
That does not go away.
Yes, that's right. That's right. But if you don't know that, and often we have to lose some things before we can get to that, right? I will say, um, Deepa Ma, very, very beautiful, very compassionate teacher, lost her entire family, really, as her crucifixion, I'll call it, to seeing clearly uh, where things were and were not, what was real and not, and the only thing she was able to come away with, and she taught it so beautifully to all of our Western teachers now, is that no matter what else is happening, compassion and love are always present, and they are undying. Uh, and so, whatever else we understand, if we could feel that in some way, as you do, the love of Daniel is as present here, alive now, and lived. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So there's a couple things around what we're doing now, the doing part, and so I have to say some of this because we, as a community, are not using the website well. It's not a problem because we're going to have a whole new one. So it's sort of exciting. Like, yeah, don't get too attached to it. That one's going to be gone. And there's going to be a new one. And Jessica and Nathan are working on that. And We're working together to make it usable and friendly. And eventually, we're all going to need to relate more to that. But for now, um, as we're making commitments with nowhere to make them, it's not very easy. We're going to use kind of paper pencil stuff. And so, Lynn, did everybody see the last email? I don't know if you did, that Lynn sent with 3 dates on it. We're going to start trying to sign people up beyond just the very next moment, because really it's a continuous effort. It is not just April 9th, which is our next one. There's a May 9th, 20th or something in there, and there's a June. And we need to be thinking forward also, not just what do we have to do for today. And that's a part of our growth, is to make commitments larger than the moment, right? And it's lovely, because we want Philabelli, our neighbors and friends and guests, to be able to count on us. And that means we have to count on each other. Like, I am going to show up. We are going to do that. Does that mean you have to show up every month? Well, you can't. Life is the way it is. There's travel and other responsibilities and all those. These are real things. And so I want people to get out of this idea. We're a little locked up now, that this idea of signing up means I've just gotta. Then I just stuck there, and then I can't make. This is not true. And yes, sign up. They're both true. And no. So you remember I said, do not apologize for what you cannot do. Offer what you can. This is sufficient. Always. Offer what you can. This is enough. And I want you to see that it will be.
Hey, Di, can I say something?
Yes.
The other thing is I forget, because I get all wrapped up in the food. I forget that there are other things to do that don't require you to do any more than just show up. So trash.
Oh yeah.
The sitting with people, it's like if you don't have time to do something and make something.
That's right.
You can still.
Food's one part of it.
Food is just one part of it.
And we're learning, right? This is a part of our learning. We had to learn how to just hold up the food, by the way, folks.
Yes.
I don't see that as a wrong thing, so don't believe that. But look at where we already are. We're in almost 2 years now. And so now it's sort of like, oh, there's the trash thing. There's the just being social with our guests and setting up and cleaning up. There's all kinds of ways to participate.
It's a golden opportunity to bring friends and family.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, who also enjoy it very, very much. I don't think we've had a guest, friend, family member who didn't go, that was cool. So, and then we have people, by the way, in the Sangha who don't sit with us regularly, who go to Philabelli.
Yes.
Amazing, wonderful, spectacular. I love this as much. And I'm going to be calling on them as well. I know who they are. We've got some friends, and they love to cook, and right? And okay, so this is your practice.
Is the recent email from you or from Lynn?
Lynn. Would have been from Lynn.
Thank you.
And that came out about 2 days ago, I would say.
A Thursday I sent it.
Wasn't it?
Wednesday.
And another constant contact thing, because I didn't
Not
get
another constant contact, email.
Okay, thank you.
But look for it. And so there are 3 dates. Be looking at that. So that's number 1. That's just Philabelli. And we're going to be expanding and growing our relationship with them, and helping each other do an even more amazing job. And we've already done it. So yay for all of that, and yay to Lynn, because she has held that beautifully. And then we have next Saturday, so I have to say something about that. Next Saturday is the 28th. Not everyone will be here. I know some people are in travel, but we are going to be working with Chris. I think her name's Christy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Carrie. It's Carrie. It's another Carrie, not this Carrie. She is doing the onboarding for elder help. As many of you as can do that hour training, it will be on Zoom from 8:30 to 9:30 next Saturday. I want to surrender some time for us to do this together, and it will be on Zoom. It will be on. She's doing it on Zoom. So if you're here, we're just going to be turning the screen.
Okay.
so we can all see her. She thinks this is a gas. She doesn't do this regularly, so she's very anxious, just so you know, about how to do a group. Uh, Deb Martin was the one, the CEO of um, Elder Help, and we just gave her that other $3,200. So she is so excited to work with us. Um, she's like, however, we're going to make this work for you guys. And they need North County help up here. They're pretty strong down in the San Diego area for things like daily phone call check-ins. I love this idea. This is like a real practice to me. Like every day, just every day, you make the call and you check on the animal and you check on the elder. I love this, right? And it's about 4 minutes. Is everything okay? Do you need anything? Right? You're just that touch point for Deb and her organization to make sure that if they need something, we can make sure that they get that to them. I love this idea. That would be a full practice right there, wouldn't it? If you did that and you took that 5 minutes every day. Some people need rides. Some people need grocery shopping help. Some people need just to get to an appointment because they're elder enough and need supports getting to that. I already let Deb know, just so you know, that I don't see us going downtown to do this. I don't want to be unrealistic about what we can really offer. Can I get somebody to the bus? I can. Can I get somebody to 477? I absolutely can. And can I even get you coordinate something with Meals on Wheels? Right, I can. We can do all of that. And these are what I would call moments on the spot. This is more of an on the spot practice, a little different than Philabelly. We're anchored, we're committed, right? This is, oh, this I can. And so I love that idea. But you would have to be a part of that training. They can't have you be a volunteer. They have some liability dynamics there. So you would need to be on, and I will send out a little thing. And it is our Zoom, not Elder Help's Zoom. But I think it'd be worth it. I think it'd be nice just to see what are they doing and what part might I play in that.
So when she gets comfortable, can we set a date for another one? Because that's the day of No Kings. So I think there's a lot of people that will not be coming.
I thought the No Kings was in the afternoon.
No, it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning.
And we have to get down there.
You have to get down there. I can move it. Let's just move it.
Day. I would love that.
Let's move it.
Please.
She doesn't care.
Okay.
Okay, so Carrie just put in a pitch. It's No King's Day. I thought it was 1 o'clock. I think I must have been hearing the San Diego.
This is all San Diego. 10 o'clock.
Is 10 o'clock?
So
It's probably Eastern time.
Somebody-
That's Eastern time.
Somebody gave me a run.
No.
So we are going to move that. Here's the bottom line. We're going to move it because No Kings is very important. I don't want people not doing it or getting stuck in transit around it. So we're going to move it. Is there a better day? Because the one after that's like Easter.
It's Easter.
The day before.
Aren't we close
Yeah.
Yeah.
to Easter, the one
Yeah,
after?
the day before.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't feel
Just do
good.
the following. Just do the following.
The 11th.
Yeah, the 11th. Okay, folks, April 11th. Oh, I sort of like that. What is it about the 11th? Yeah, we're fully in it. We're going to go for April 11th. That will go out. Apologies for the conflict with No Kings. Jim, now you have no excuse.
Well, I don't know. My son's coming to town, so.
Okay,
Bring him.
I'll need to know the time.
bring him too.
Anyway.
Would you like to just do the training and just use Sangha time? We'll do 7:30 to 8 o'clock. We'll just do practice. And at 8 o'clock, we'll go straight into the, how about that? Into the volunteering, the training. Okay, 7:30 to 8, we're going to practice. We're going to practice for a half hour. We transition right into the training. She doesn't care at all. And so we've just made that most accessible
Thank you.
for us all. And that will be April 11th. So thank you for that conversation. That helped a lot out because there were some conflicts with that. We also have then on Thursday, April 2nd, which is not this Thursday but next, the North County San Diego Food Bank distribution. And that's the bagging, tagging, boxing of foods. We have 8 slots open. Some are already filled. I would like some more volunteers for that. That's really an hour and a half, maybe hour 45. It's up in Vista. We're not going to Mesa anymore. We're now going to the new facility. I plan to be there, and I will be bringing my chair just so that if I get tired standing, I can also do a little sitting. So if
I'm
I
Diana, I'm sorry, what was that date?
the second,
Oh,
Yeah.
the second.
yeah, I think it is the
Yeah,
second.
it is.
It's
Oh,
the,
okay.
it's
It's a
Holy
Thursday,
Thursday.
yeah.
Thursday night.
Oh, 6 to 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6 to 8. I think you're gone, Abe.
No, the second I'm here, so I'll
You
sign
are
up. Right?
here. Okay, please sign up. The links are in the newsletter.
Oh,
And
yeah, never mind. I am. Never mind. You know my schedule better.
yeah. And I have, you have to sign up with San Diego Food Bank.
Yeah.
And that link is there, but you have to do that. That's a requirement for them. They have a liability dynamic also. But that's the second. I will be there. You can be there. If I can be there, you can be there.
Say the time one more time.
You have to be there before 6. They do a short orientation at 6. You go right into food wrapping, binding, netting. It's fun. They play fun music, a little reggae, a little. Somebody can bring their cucarachas. I forgot what those are called.
Maracas.
Maraca, thank you. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. Al is the fastest netter they've had so far. Of course he was. Al could make the nets faster than you can fill them with oranges. So that's good. It usually ends up being that we are preparing for distribution over 2,000 pounds of food in an hour and a half. That's pretty impressive stuff and feels great. And also sometimes we work a little bit. I don't think they have it in North County yet, but on the Friday backpacks for kids who get to take those little packs home.
They do.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay.
that's separate.
Oh, they are able to do it
Yeah,
up in North
yeah,
County.
yeah.
Yay. That's really fun. That's really fun. The last time we did, I think it was Greg and Carrie and I and Jim maybe went down. There was the UCSD Brazilian students
Oh, yeah, that's right.
there.
I was there too.
Elisa was there, and they had the Brazilian music on. It was so fun. And so just know it's a really good time, and you come away with a lot more than you showed up with. It's always true. And then there is St. Andrew's not coming till May.
Not coming till May. The only thing I want to say about that is that it's a lot more fun, I think, to like bring cans of things. But the challenge is we don't really know what they need till right before. So I make that call like in 24 hours, and like last time was really surprising. It was like bring cereal. Okay, we have never done that before. You know, I was all ready to go grab the bags of beans and rice, and she goes, "We're all set up for beans and rice. Bring cereal and cans of chicken." And it's it's like that focus is at last minute. So like I said, I know it's fun to put together the bring bags of stuff, and they'll take it. But I think we're really trying to focus on the things they can't get from San Diego Food Bank.
So maybe we should really be thinking about St. Andrews as a donation.
Yeah.
And let's just make the call.
Yeah.
There are too many other places we can bring food.
Yes.
Including the CRC pantry and other stuff. So we're never going to push away the food, by the way, because somebody needs it. But let's think of St. Andrews as your $10.
Yeah.
Or something, and make that contribution, because then Lisa can best use that money to go purchase the things that they're needing, because we're filling in for them and we're responsive. That's a part of what I think we as a smaller group can do. We can be responsive in a way that not all organizations can.
And they're hugely grateful that they can do that they can call us and tell us.
I know they are.
And then we can, do a little bit of, shop.
We can fill in the blanks.
To get the best price that we can for those things.
Yeah, why not use what our benefits are and our capacity to adapt? Well, you would hope, wouldn't you? Would be somewhat high. But so let's use that resource. So we're going to be that for them. And if you have food, that's okay too. Always be sure to let us know, and we're going to get it to somebody. There's also Shower of Blessings. They have their own little sort of corner of the shelter store for people who need a few things. So we're never going to have problems figuring out where we can get some cans of things to people who can use them. So don't not do it, but let's keep our focus.
Jim and I, go deliver from food bank to St. Andrews, and we walk by in the kitchen, and there's this box of random shit.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
don't know what to do with it. They are grateful for it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, they're like,
Yes.
So that makes it harder
For them.
for them what to do with it.
Yeah.
And you know that they get all the produce they get is free.
Yes, they do. Our the green, we probably San Diego, I think maybe in the lead now in the country for use of green, these secondary greens. There's been a very strong drive. Coastal Root Farm is just one. The Leak Tag organization has gone in big time to make this work, including picking up foods. We almost throw nothing away now. And San Diego Food Bank was a part of the good beginning of that because they use everything. They're truly like the indigenous peoples. I've never seen an organization so sophisticated. It goes to pig farmers, and if they can't do it, it goes to somebody else. And then if it becomes mulch and compost, it is stunning. It is stunning. So we, as a community, are really in the groove, and I feel really good about that. In the middle of all the other things that we can see are not happening. We're doing some really good things. Anything else that we?
Yeah, the truck.
The truck.
There is an EMC truck. It's been volunteered by my wife.
Yay, Chris! Thank you.
It has been remarkable. The gratitude to those who have helped. A special gratitude to Larry and Dennis, who will be driving next Wednesday to pick up the food.
Solo. They're going solo.
Yep, 1,500 pounds. Technically speaking, that's 6,000 because you load from the pallet into the truck. You load onto the gurney, from the gurney onto the truck. Then when you get to St. Andrews, you go from the truck to the gurney, and the gurney to unload, to pack. So it's a lot of heavy lifting, but it's worth it. And I have coverage, fixed coverage for most days, but coming toward the end of April, email me, call me, text me, whatever. We can have helpers both in San Diego, which is inconvenient for most of you, or up at St. Andrews. If you want to come at 11 for 45 minutes to help unload the truck, that would be helpful. And the ladies from St. Andrews are amazing, and they're good shoppers. And they love chicken, which is very heavy.
They love chicken.
Frozen chicken.
Frozen chicken would be heavy. Would be heavy. Yes. Yes. We're going to remember, we're all learning, growing in this as well. And so we don't yet have, I wouldn't call it, we don't have our stream flow quite yet for this Wednesday thing. And not everybody can be a lifter. Right, and that's just one of those these are the brown butter
Chocolate chip.
brown butter
Very
chocolate
good.
chip. Thank you, Margie. For anyone who would like one, please take some. I think, are we good on what we're doing?
Do we have something with Denise coming up?
Denise.
Funfar?
Yes, thank you. Denise Funfar is doing donation based, which comes back to EMC. The 5-week mindfulness self-compassion. A couple Fridays. It's in the newsletter and now on the website. Go look for that. Between $50 and $100 is the suggested donation. Of course, there's no such thing, but and it's going to be 5 weeks on Friday from 8 to 9, so it's early in the morning. And I've already gotten her some people, and she would love to make that offering to our community. We will be, so you will all need to go sign up or let me know something. We will be starting 100 Days of Gratitude Challenge with Brother David Stendal Rast. That is on April 4th, right before Easter. Such lovely timing. Brother David's turning 100. Amazing. That's a sign up online. It's $49 for that. We're going to be doing it together as a community, those 100 days, and working on that. I love that idea for spring. First of all, what a beautiful natural turning towards all the good and grateful. It costs $49. If somebody can't afford it, EMC is going to help you. So you just need to let us know. That's a little stretch for me right now. That's already gone out, but it'll go out again. But we will be starting that together. So that Saturday, the 4th, we will be talking about gratitude and that 100 days and what our commitment is to that. The research on gratitude, just so you know, is that, and the 100 days was not accidental. There is some research based on that and other programs of 100 days. 100 days of gratitude increases your happiness quotient by over 10%. And that's where 10% Happier by Dan Harris came from, actually, was some of the research on that work. Isn't that lovely? I don't know. Seems like a nice pill to take. 100 Days of Gratitude. So please join us if you can for that. And we've already got our next book picked. I don't think we need to talk about it. It's by Pema. It's her reinterpretation of one of Chogyam's Myth of Freedom. And I think it's called something like Another Form of Freedom, or Other Forms of Freedom, or Freedom Beyond Form. It's got some kind of title like that. I'm excited about it. I'm guessing this is going to be her last. Also, I think.
How old is she now?
She'll be 90.
90s, yeah.
She'll be 90 in July.
Yeah.
She will be 90 in July. So we've got a lot of our deep awakened ones getting up there and celebrating. But then there's all of us. So
It's called Another Kind of Freedom.
Another Kind of Freedom. Another Kind of Freedom. Thank you. We'll start that not before. We're going to do the 100 Days of Gratitude. I want us to focus on that.
And I wanted to play my hand drum for everybody.
Yes, well, lovely, Dennis. As people are signing off, why don't you play for a little bit? Get that out. I think we're good. Is everybody good? Dennis is going to play hung drum as we are departing. Thank you so much for that, Dennis. Anything else that's critical for us? You all are amazing. Thank you so much. As a result, I get to be amazing. Very exciting. I want to just say blessings to all. We're going to let our prayer this morning be Dennis's hung drum playing. So I will stay on for a moment if you can. And thank you, Dennis. And thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was very lovely.
Man
Oh,
many challenges.
wow.
Really nice.
Beautiful.
Really nice.
So beautiful, Dennis. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was
It
so
was really
lovely.
beautiful.
Very, very much so. Love the hunger. Oops, there goes my dragon. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. How amazing. Those are not inexpensive.
And she has one too.
Wow. Do you guys play together?
I've been trying to.
You've been trying to coordinate that. Wonderful. Good to see you, Christina. Good to see you. I'm gonna move this because it tweaks me a thing.
You're so funny. You need the walker back?
I will need the walker because I'm not supposed to step after sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not supposed. I made commitments. I'm gonna keep them.
Right.
My husband will come in here
Oh,
and
boy.
box everybody. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. It was an easy fix. Yeah.
And I just have to.
That's a fancy
This, it is actually pretty. I think we got this from Adrian. So if you ever know anybody who needs one, for senior living facility, it has a stockpile that they just give to people. They don't know what to do with them.
It's better to know.
La
you
Vida
know.
del
It's
Mar
better to know for
is where
sure.